Hello and welcome to Select 10. We're back with a new list of the top 10 Netflix original series, and we've selected the greatest new historical, action, comedy, and adventure shows that have been released on Netflix in the last 2 months. Also, this list will not include 1899, Cabinet of Curiosities or Wednesday, because we have already added them to one of our new web series videos. So watch the entire video to ensure that you don't miss any of the new Netflix shows on this list. Now let's start the video. Number 10. Dead End. It is crime comedy thriller series directed by Jacob Piatek. The story centers on poor Leon and her disobedient daughter Diana as they unexpectedly manage to raise enough money to go out on a road trip to the Czech Republic. While driving, Leon picked up 2 more travelers. Meanwhile, Emil, a strange man who had just committed a bank robbery, was traveling in the same car as Leon. The chaos begins when they arrive at a gas station and Leon mistakenly swaps cars with Emil, who is avoiding arrest after committing a bank robbery. Following that, the group is shocked to discover a stack of money in the car. They attempt to figure out what to do next, while Emil and his men chase them to reclaim the stolen cash. Overall, the plot is above average, but the way it unfolds and the interactions between the characters make the series interesting. The show does have its peaks, and it is an enjoyable watch if you keep your expectations low. And the series has a 6 rating on IMDB and an 80% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 9. BELASCOARAN, Private Investigator. It is a crime drama series based on detective novels by author Paco Ignacio Taibo II. The series takes place in Mexico City in the 1970s, a time when the city is troubled by a string of gruesome killings. Surprisingly, no one appears to be concerned about these incidents, yet they are reported in the media before being quickly dismissed. The main plot follows private investigator Hector Belascoaran Shane as he quits a comfortable career to investigate crimes and confronts an openly corrupt law enforcement agency. There are just 3 episodes in the show, but each one lasts an hour and 20 minutes and centers on Belascoaran handling complex and gruesome cases in Mexico City. The story features an appropriate amount of comedy and action, making it a fast and exciting watch for those who enjoy detective series with offbeat humor and suspense. And the show has a 7.4 rating on IMDb and an 88% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 8. Holy Family. It is a thriller drama series created by Manolo Caro. The show centers on Gloria, an enigmatic woman with a troubled past and connections to her family. She visits the Madrid community in an attempt to make peace and start a new phase in her life. There, she makes connections with a number of her neighbors, many of whom are at various stages of parenting. But unknown to her new friends, she is covering something, and for whatever reason, she has her son Abel isolated in a bedroom throughout the day. But what makes the story more captivating is that she is not the only person carrying secrets. But when her new connections get problematic and her history starts to catch up with her, the idea of a new life rapidly starts to fall apart. The series is packed with mysteries and has an oddly dark vibe to it, which keeps the storyline interesting. Also, over the course of 8 episodes, these interconnected mysteries are properly answered and the season ends on a dramatic suspense note. And the show has a 6.4 rating on IMDb and a 70% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 7. Through the Darkness. It is a 2022 crime thriller series based on the 2018 book of the same name. The series is set in the 1990s when the residents of Korea were gripped by crippling terror following a slew of horrific crimes and killings. The suspect is a shadowy man going by the name of Red Cap who has been hunting women and murdering them for apparently no reason. Meanwhile, the detectives were powerless to anticipate his future strikes due to his tendency to attack at unexpected times. Now, to locate and stop the culprit, Gook Young-soo, the chief of the Criminal Behavioral Intelligence Unit, hires Song Ha-young, a calm and very insightful veteran investigator, and implements his brand new psychological technique, which gives the police an advantage in arresting Red Cap and putting an end to his murderous rampage. It is based on real incidents when Korea's first unsolved killings shook the country, and this may not be ideal for everyone, but if you're a die-hard fan of crime dramas, then you do not want to miss this one. And the show has an 8 rating on IMDb. Number 6. Sonic Prime. It is an animated action-adventure series based on the Sonic the Hedgehog video game series. The plot begins with Sonic the Hedgehog engaged in combat with Dr. Eggman where he carelessly damages a piece of technology known as the paradox prism, fracturing the cosmos and sending him and his allies hurtling through alternate worlds known as shatterspaces. While feeling bad about his mistake and desperate to save his friends and preserve the universe, Sonic travels through the Shatterverse, where he runs into different versions of his buddies and battles the Destruction Society, a gang of villains made up of 5 different variants of Eggman. If you believe this show is only for kids, you are correct, but I enjoyed it, and if you loved the game and the Sonic movies, you will like this as well. Overall, the multiverse storyline is brilliant, and the show can be watched by people of all ages. And the series has a 7.6 rating on IMDB and a 95% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 5. Blood Ties. It is a historical drama series created by Juan Carlos Aparicio. The show revolves around 3 wealthy siblings who work as assassins to assist revolutionary forces in their war against colonial authority and to avenge the murder of their mother, who was killed by the government army. As they set out on a journey to seek vengeance for the loss of their mother, they risk their dignity and their lives by battling against certain difficulties and facing mixed emotions of morality and anger. However, I only suggest this show to viewers who enjoy historical dramas, as it has 74 episodes, which is a lot, and can turn off viewers, but historical series fans can enjoy it. The story is excellent, its characters are entertaining, and there is enough mystery and action to keep you interested for the majority of the episodes. And the series has a 7.8 rating on IMDb. Number 4. Blood and Water. It is a teen crime drama series set in South Africa and centers on a young girl named Puling, whose entire upbringing is haunted by the tragic kidnapping of her little sister, Fume. However, in order to release some stress, she and her friend Zama attend the party of Fickle Bell, a well-known sports player at the elite Parkhurst School in Cape Town. But the story takes a dramatic turn here, as Fick reminds Puling of a familiar person, making her wonder if she might be her long-lost sister. Furthermore, Fick and her missing sister both have the same birthday, which increased her interest even more. What happens next is a story that blends this main riddle in between several typical minor stories involving teen romance and plenty of drama. While the first 2 seasons were positively received by viewers, the brand new 3rd season, which released on November 25, 2022, is outstanding and has better storytelling than the first 2 seasons. It is a hidden gem, do add it to your watch list. And the show has a 6.7 rating on IMDb, and Season 1 has an 80% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 3. The Recruit. It is a spy adventure series created by Alexi Hawley. The series centers on Owen Hendricks, a newly hired CIA lawyer whose life is flipped upside down when he learns that an old business associate, Max Mellons, who is currently serving time for the crime, has threatened to reveal the details of her extensive partnership with the organization unless they clear her of a major felony. As Hendricks bargains with the target, he gets caught up in sophisticated global affairs and discovers himself at war with powerful organizations and individuals while he is forced to endanger his life in an effort to finish his task. This series is similar to Killing Eve and Slow Horses, both of which were excellent shows, especially Slow Horses. The 8 episodes are jam-packed with action, drama, thrills, crime, and a sprinkle of humor to keep you hooked throughout the entire season. And the show has a 7.6 rating on IMDb and an 86% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 2. Hot Skull. It is a sci-fi mystery series set in a world where a mental disorder outbreak is disrupting humanity and spreading through talking. Healthy humans listen to music to protect themselves from virus, while the sick are known as jabberers and babble nonsense. When the outbreak began, the global government was unable to handle it, so the anti-epidemic organization took over in an effort to stop the spread of the disease. The central story focuses on Siavus, who is the only one apparently immune to the disease and has taken sanctuary at his mother's house. But when more powerful individuals attempt to locate him, he finds himself being pursued by the brutal anti-epidemic agency and ordered to leave the protected area as he seeks the source of his immunity and looks for an individual who may be able to put an end to the spread. We can all agree that Netflix offers shows from all over the world, some of which go on to become enormous hits, and this too has a great chance of becoming a Netflix sensation in the near future. Anyone who enjoys science fiction or wants to try something new will find this to be an absolute delight. And the show has a 7.3 rating on IMDb and an 82% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. Number 1. Under the Queen's Umbrella. It is a 2022 historical drama series directed by Kim Hyung-sik. The plot is set during the Joseon period and revolves around a loving mother and present queen, Hwa Ryong, who is trying to discipline her rebellious kids in order to crown one of them the future ruler of Joseon, while her rivals contend for the throne. The drama begins when the crown prince becomes unexpectedly ill and malicious activity is detected, forcing the queen and her oldest child, Seongnam, to embark on a hunt for the offenders. And now the Game of Thrones begins, as in the meantime, the castle is organizing a tournament for a new future king, and the second Queen Dowager is prepared to dominate anyone that gets in her path to safeguard her dictatorial grip on the nation. The show has minor flaws, but those can be ignored in front of its visually appealing scenes and an engaging, well-written historical story that includes some unexpected twists near the end. It is one of the best historical dramas of 2022. And the show has an 8.5 rating on IMDB and a 93% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.